All right, guys, the Revolution Sonar RS1 transducer aiming device or turret is starting to ship now. He's got several out. They will be dropping on the website periodically. I'm not for sure how many at a time. I think 5 or 10 at a time. Right now he has the Garmin and the Lowrance Ghost available. He is working on the Garmin Pro mount, which should be ready in the next couple weeks. I want to show you how to set the park and stow position on your RS1. There's about 3 things is all you have to do when you get your new unit. You have to set the stow position, you have to set the park position, then we're going to go out on the water and I'm going to show you how to set that 3rd position, which is the boat alignment. So you're basically lining the forward-facing sonar transducer or your perspective transducer. You're lining it straight with the bow of the boat. And I'm going to show you how to do that on the water. Let's set the clearance position. All you do is a long left button press on the rotary foot controller. You're going to give green LEDs. When you get that, go ahead and set it. What I like to do is just center it up. You just want to center it up to where when you pull your trolling motor up to stow it, that the transducers have plenty of clearance, they're not going to hit anything. Once you get the clearance position where you want it, then just a long left button press again will store it. You're going to get some blue LEDs and then it's going to go into the park position. Now we're going to set the park position. We're just going to do a long right button press on the rotary foot controller. You're going to get your green LEDs. And all we want to do is just put it where it just touches. You don't want too much pressure on it, but you can get the feel of it. You just want enough pressure to where when you're hitting any kind of rough water, waves or anything, none of your transducers move around. So I just generally just put just a little bit of pressure on it. And when you get it set where you want it, then just do a long right press again. And that'll store it. All right, I want to show you how your RS1 is going to be shipped to you. I mean, this is just unbelievable of how they do this. You should have no damage whatsoever on your shipment the way they're doing this. But it's going to come in a nice foam case, lined case. It comes with Revolution Sonar on it. It's a zip up storage case. It actually, the box is made just for this case. So when you open up your case, now taking mine, of course my RS1 is installed on the boat. I got a couple extra things that I always keep, but there's a place for everything. There's a place for the rail. There's a place for the motor. There's a place for the rotary foot controller that goes here. He has a place for everything. It's going to come with a chart to show you all the modes and how to navigate through the menu. You're going to get a t-shirt. These are nice. I love these t-shirts. The only way you can get a t-shirt is when you purchase a RS1, there will be a t-shirt that comes in all of them. He includes that, which is really nice. All of the parts, like your cable brackets and your nut, all your mounting hardware, all of that hardware, man, he's changed this. It was in a, I'll show you. It's going to be under here. There's a place for it. The first ones that shipped out, he had a box, just a cardboard box, which is better than what most other manufacturers would send. And it has all the hardware in it. Well, he didn't like that. He thought he didn't like having a box. He doesn't want a cardboard box. He changed it to make it easier for the customer to know what part goes where. Man, it's just nice how he does that. He came out, he built a box, Revolution Sonar box, that has all of the components in it. And it's the same size basically as the box, and it fits in that same location. So to get in the box, all you have to do is remove these screws. It takes a 9/64 Allen. Remove the top. Okay. And he has everything organized in here. I mean, he even has a description of everything that's inside of it. I mean, the pivot mount, the pivot bracket, you know, magnetic bracket that you have to install. He's got the extra magnet. It's inside here, right there. And that's, you know, like if you want to do some testing or anything not on the water, you can take that magnet and touch that switch, and it'll let you do all the functions on the rotary foot controller. I mean, he's even got, I mean, everything is labeled. He even has the wrench to use to install the motor mount to your trolling motor. It includes your cable clamps in here. He's got, these are the tamper-proof screws that mount the foot controller to the deck. So no one could steal your foot controller unless they've got this torque bit. And he also has a place for it, and it's in here too, to where you can use it to take it off or install it. I happen to have mine not screwed down to the deck so I can move it around. But that's how it comes. This here is the perspective mount that will go on the rail. That's got a place for that. I mean, man, you're just not going to get that from any other manufacturer. And it's just hard for me to describe how well the quality is on this. You just have to see. There's a lot of good turrets out there. You know, they have their purpose. I use different ones. I'm not going to knock them whatsoever. But this one is just a step above everyone else's. I mean, like night and day. I mean, yes, it costs more money, but you're going to get the quality, and the warranty on it is just, you're not going to get that with any other manufacturer. So you need to get you one. Revolution Sonar RS1. Get one. All right, guys, we are on the water, so I can show you how to do that third setting on your RS1 by Revolution Sonar. We already went over clearance mode and park mode, how to set those two. We did that off the water. To set those, you have to have the trolling motor stowed. But to set the alignment of the transducer with the bow of the boat, you have to have the trolling motor deployed. Now, if you have the room in your shop or garage or whatever to let your trolling motor down, you can set it that way. I have a trick step on my trailer, so when I go to let my trolling motor down, it hits the trick step. So I can't do that, so I have to get out on the water. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very simple to do. There's actually another set point we have to set called trolling motor mirror. Trolling motor mirror has to be set every time you power the unit off and back on. It's very easy to do. You're just lining up the transducer with the trolling motor. So everywhere you move the trolling motor, the transducer follows the trolling motor. The clearance position, park position, and the transducer line up with the bow of the boat, those three settings will always be saved in the RS1. So once you set them, you don't have to reset those. I'm going to pull the trolling motor up and show you how it goes clearance and then park. And it's actually a time delay that it's in there. I think it's something like it gives you like 8 seconds to do that, which is, Lord, that's, you know, plenty of time. But if you take and pull the trolling motor up, see, it's in the clearance position. Now we're going to go into the park position. See, it goes into park position about 8 seconds later. So as soon as you pull it up, start pulling it up, it's going in that clearance position to get those transducers out of the way. And then it'll go into the park position about 8 seconds later. All right, let me show you how to adjust the LED brightness. So you got to be in manual mode. So anytime that you're in manual mode, you just have to do a long right button press. Hold that down. Okay, and you can set your brightness. That's good for night fishing. If you want to dim it, if it's too bright, you know, you can turn it down. But man, I tell you, as bright as these LEDs are, you probably would have to turn them down at night if you didn't want it on. So, and say we said I've got mine all the way up as high as to go. You just hold down the right, and that stores it. Okay, so that just stored the brightness on there. All right, we already went over the how to set the clearance position and the park position already. And I said that we needed to line the sonar, or the forward-facing sonar, the LVS-34. We need to line it with the boat, right? That's something that you have to do when you first get your unit. And I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very easy. What I always do is I go ahead and get my trolling motor perfectly straight where I want it. Okay, you're in manual mode. All you do is hold down the right button. Okay, you know how we got into the LED to set the brightness. Well, instead of doing a long right button push to lock in the LED brightness, all you do is just do a short button push. Now, you're going to see 6 green LEDs. And this is going to let us line up the transducer with pointing straight ahead with the bow of the boat or with a trolling motor. So what you got to do is you got to look, you know, and you got to look in the water, you know, and see, and you can just take and move it left or right. See how I'm moving it? You can see the RS1 moving. You just line it up straight by moving this around, and once you get it where you want it, then you hold down the right button and it stores it. You're gonna get, there you are. So we just set the alignment for the transducer. That's the third step that you have to do. All right, let me show you how to set up trolling motor mirror. You do have to set trolling motor mirror up every time you power the unit on and off. So, you know, you're not going to be powering the unit on and off on the water. I mean, when you finish for your fishing day and you power your unit off, you'll have to reset it when you go back fishing again. But it's very simple. We're right now in manual mode. What we'll do is let's do a quick left button push. That's going to put us in trolling motor mirror. Okay. So to get it lined up with a trolling motor, we have to, when we're in trolling motor mirror, do a hold down and do a hold right button push, and it's going to line up the transducer. Now we got to line the trolling motor up with it. So right now the trolling motor is pointed over that way. So I'm going to take and get my trolling motor perfectly straight with the bow of the boat like I want it. Okay. You don't want to move this. It's already there. And then all you do is hold down on the right button and it's going to store it. All right. Now it's not fully stored until you retract or pull your trolling motor up and stow it. And once you do that, it's in there. That's what does the hard save. So now that we've got that set, I'm going to show you, you know, what it does. We're going to just move around here. See, if you'll watch, everywhere our Garmin's moving, our RS1's moving. And this is good for all those open water fishermen, all the guys that want to go out there and chase suspended crappie or suspended bass. You only have to have one transducer. You can have two transducers on the RS1. I happen to have a perspective transducer, which is Elvia 62. We'll throw that up on the screen. And I've got perspective here, which is pretty neat. So you can see all that bait fish that we're at. So anywhere that I aim, you know, I've got it in trolling motor mirror. So anywhere that I aim, I'm looking at that. That pod right there is that. I move it out so you can see it's perfectly in line with your forward-facing sonar. He's got perspective brackets and forward brackets for the LVS 3462. Now manual mode, if we hit a spot lock on our trolling motor, there's our trolling motor. It's gonna do its thing out there. All right, and if you'll look, RS1's not moving. So now we can set here and let's get the sonar on the big, wrong one. Let's get the sonar on the big one here. Okay, we can dial in our RS1 without the trolling motor. The trolling motor's doing its thing. It's holding us here. We can sit here and fish structure. any kind of structure. We can do it here in manual mode. Right there is a dock. That's a dock post on that dock over there. If we do one click to the right, that's going to set us a compass heading. So that's compass lock. So as long as the boat stays in this area, it should hold us right on that dock post right there. As you can see, that there's some fish on it. You can see our heading is moving around. Take in mind, if the boat moves forward, backwards, left or right, it's going to be off because it's actually locking onto a heading. If you can picture, it's a heading. So whatever you have set on that heading, that dock post, you know, as it moves around, it'll still stay on the heading, but you're going to miss the structure. If the boat moves forward, backwards, side to side, it's gonna move. Now, if you want to fish a piece of structure, a certain piece of structure, that's where we could use waypoint mode. So we could actually set a waypoint, and no matter where the boat moves, it's going to stay on that waypoint. We also have look around mode. So say you've got that dock, okay, as you can see, the Garmin has put us right back on our spot that we had, and now, you know, I haven't messed with the compass lock, so we're back on our dock post. But there's also a look around. So say we're near it and the boat moved a little bit, you can take and just move it around till you can find it, and it will hold that. It will hold that heading. It's called look around. So it will hold the exact spot that you moved it to. So if we moved it over to here, it's going to hold that. So as you can see, right there is the green dot is where our actual heading is. But we've moved the RS1 to the right onto something else. You know, on this piece of structure here underneath that dock. So if for some reason, you know, the boat stays in this area, it can turn everything. It's going to hold that same look around and compass lock that you've got set. All right, I want to show you another mode that we have, and it is called sweep mode. Now, sweep mode, to get to that mode, you have to go into compass lock. So we're going to click, you know, let's just go ahead and set right there on that dock post right there. We're going to go ahead and click to the right. That's going to put us a compass lock on that piece of structure. Now, if we want to do a sweep on there, we can actually hold down long right press, and that's going to put us in sweep mode. Now, if we want, we can come over here and let's set that right there. Okay, now we're going to sweep in that area. So I just set a point to the right and to the left, so it'll just sit there and sweep that area. If we want to speed the sweep up, is do a long right button press, and that's going to get us our speed. So if we want to speed it up, let's just go all the way with it. Do a quick button. See how fast it's sweeping now? We want to slow it down. Do a long right, we'll slow her down here. Just adjust it. Do a quick button press, and that right there will change the speed on the sweep that we have. I mean, you could sit here and sweep that area, even with the boat moving, you could sweep that area and fish that piece of structure with no problem. Okay, anytime you want to get out of any one of the menus, all you got to do is do a long left button press. It'll always put you back into manual mode. All right, now let's cover waypoint mode. Guys, you're gonna love this. Man, waypoint mode. Say we want to set something, a waypoint somewhere. Let's get our map up on our unit. Okay, hopefully you can see it. Okay, you always go into waypoint mode by compass mode. So we're going to do a quick right button push. All right, we are in compass mode. What we're going to do is we are going to set a active go-to. We can do it anywhere. Say we want to sweep that area. All right. Now it's going to change in the waypoint mode here in just a second. We're going to go to and watch it. It just changed into waypoint mode. The two white dots on each side of that green dot. The green dot is the waypoint. Okay. So anywhere the boat moves, it's gonna stay locked on that waypoint. So we're gonna go ahead and start. We're out of spot lock now, and we're gonna move here. Now watch, I'm gonna turn the boat all the way over here. Now watch this thing. Our transducer's moving. Right there's our waypoint out there. Okay. It's gonna hold it. We're in some boat wake, guys, so we got people, these jet skis and everything, people's out here riding around, so we're gonna run into that. So, anywhere you move the boat, that waypoint, it's gonna stay right on it. You get that feature with no other unit besides Revolution Sonar. They are the only turret, forward-facing aiming transducer mount that does this. Now, it will do it for Lowrance and Garmin on any Lowrance electronics and Garmin electronics. So anywhere we move it, you know, our waypoint's right over there on our left. Okay, if we want to go back in the compass mode, you just hold down on the left button and we're back in the compass mode. Okay, now I'm going to take the waypoint, the go-to, active go-to off. I'm going to stop navigation. Now, just when you stop navigation, the RS1 is always going to remember the last waypoint, always. It don't matter when you turn the unit off, back on, you wait, 3 months before you go fishing and turn it on. It's going to go to that waypoint, no matter where, the last one that you set. It remembers that. Okay, so we're not going to put an active waypoint on here at all. Okay, I'm going to go right back into waypoint mode and watch. I'm going to hold down the left button. We're back in waypoint mode, and if you'll remember, that's where that waypoint was set. The last one the angle that we set. So we can go, if we want to go back out, quick hold down left button, that puts us back into compass mode. Okay, we're going to hold it back down again, and we're going to be back in waypoint mode. I want to show you real quick how another way to set an active go-to. You can go into your waypoint list. Okay, so I'm going to go to options. We're going to go to waypoints, and here's our waypoints. Okay, my house I'm in the cove that I live in is over here on my starboard side toward the back, on the stern back there. I'm gonna go ahead and select my house. I'm gonna say, and if you watch the RS1, I'm gonna go navigate to, and I'm gonna go to. Now watch. Right there is where my house is on that map. All right. So if now watch, I'm gonna turn around. And you can see the RS1 is following that waypoint. Look at that. Man, I tell you, Revolution Sonar, I can't say enough. I mean, this thing is the best. It's the best quality. It's the best electronic. It's actually using your NEMA 2000 network. So it's getting all the information from the NEMA. And like I said, none of these other manufacturers even know how to do that. They're trying to use an internal compass, a magnetic compass, that to try and to do that with, and you can't accurately use a pneumatic compass. A compass. It's not accurate enough, and it drifts. I mean, Revolution Sonar, man, do they have their stuff together.